Hey everyone, this is Bobo from the Mars server. I'm here to do a video on the new potential system that got added to Mabinogi. Alright, I'm finally ready to do this video, guys, so let's get started. Now this system is super easy. All you guys gotta do is level up, and it's gonna give you some points to give you some rewards. The most notable one here is the Northern Light set armor you see here on this website. Now, how the system works is that every 10 levels you gain will grant you some points. So for example, if you reach level 10, you're going to be given 1 point as a start. Yeah, 1 point. Woo! And then as you get to level 20, you're going to get 2 points. And then when you get to level 30, you're going to get 3 points, and so on. As you can see, the more levels you gain before you rebirth, you get more points. Now, here is basically the rewards you guys can get for getting your points up. The most notable reward here is the stats. Everyone seems to like the stats. Extra stats for your character. Really nice. And also there's a thing here called the Shard of Palala, but on the actual game it's called the Light of Palala, and it's basically an accessory. Some other stuff that you guys can get are some rebirth potions, and yeah, unfortunately these rebirth potions do expire. There's also a new skill called the Aura of Palala, and it is a skill that grants you a random buff. I'll explain more later, guys. But my most favorite one here is the Soul Stream Inventory. It is basically a free bag, guys, that doesn't even take up your main inventory slot. Woo, nice. There's also going to be some enchants as well, but these enchants only go on the actual accessory given from the potential system. Now, as you level up and gain more points, you'll get more and more stats, more and more rank ups on your Aura of Palala, increase expansions on that bag. There's also a now equipment box at one point, which gives you a weapon that you probably will not use unless you're a newbie and needs it. Alright, here is the Aura of Palala skill. It's basically a skill that gives you a random buff. The buffs can either be increased speed, production EXP, combat EXP, exploration EXP, recovery potion effect, add a huge lucky effect on your next action. Yeah, that's actually a thing, guys. If you gather something or kill something, you can get a huge lucky off of it. And also an added stat boost, and it's like one of the random following stats right there, all listed there. This skill, unfortunately, can only be used once per 12 real hours, not in-game hours, so unfortunately you can probably only use it once a day. You can also only gain advances through it with the potential points. Now, some other little things that they've added into the game is you can now reset all your skills at Duncan in Tirtrano with the cost of gold. This is how Duncan's making money now, guys. So if you guys want to reset your skills, you can now do that at Duncan. There's also a new thing that they said here that says expert talent AP rewards now standard, regardless of when you've had it obtained. Honestly though, guys, I have no idea what that means. So there's also the Rebirth UI that's been improved, and I'll show you guys what I think it is. I'm not exactly 100% sure, but I think I know what it is. Alright, now I am pretty sure you guys want to know how the whole potential system calculates for your points, right? Let's get right down to the calculation, bring down the numbers. Here are the numbers, guys. If you decide to level up to only 50, you only gain 15 points per rebirth, which will mean that you need at least a minimum of 200 rebirths just to get to 3,000 points at the end of the potential system. Now, if you're a bit stronger and you can get to level 100 before you rebirth, that'll grant you 55 points per rebirth. And that also will take 55 rebirths instead of 200. You can see there's a huge shift of numbers right there, guys, right? Now, if you're a little bit more, way more pro, and you can get to level 150 before you rebirth, that is going to be a total of 120 points per rebirth, which only requires 25 rebirths until you get to 3,000 points. Last but not least, if you are a monster in the game and like have a lot of time to level up to reach to the very maximum total current level, which is 200, that's gonna grant you 210 points per rebirth, which only needs 15 rebirths to get to 3,000 potential. Either way, guys, it's gonna take a long time to complete the 3,000 points, so you might as well take your time, right? Now if you guys want to see how many potential points you guys have or what your next reward is, all you gotta do is open your character window, and on the bottom where it says potential, click on details. It'll open a window showing you how many points you currently have and also what rewards you've already obtained or will obtain. The first reward you guys will get is Now's equipment box, and it's basically a box that grants you a random newbie weapon. I'm going to emphasize on newbie, so no need to worry about which weapon you choose here. She's just going to give you a weapon with some, I guess, random enchant. Not too strong, just your basic weapon. Now the other thing to keep in mind is that the potential system only works on regular leveling and not your exploration levels. So unfortunately that won't give you potential points if you guys are wondering about that. To get potential points, all you gotta do is level up. Every 10 levels you guys will get a potential point, aka a level, and it'll show you as you level up if your potential level increases. Now every 5 potential levels you guys will get a reward, so if you guys want to see what that reward is, click on the details button in your character window and it'll show you what the rewards are. This is also the same place you guys can change your stat point distribution as well. Now for the soul stream inventory, here is where you can find it. That very tiny icon next to your top main inventory will open your soul stream inventory once you unlock it. It is basically a bag that you can put anything in it. It's not limited to equipment or anything like that. It also has the tag button where you can mark what you want to accept in the bag. So it's basically just like your regular old bag, but it doesn't take up main inventory. Now here is the Palalan Embrace, and this is basically a new skill that gives you a random buff. You can only use it once per day pretty much, and it grants you, like I said, a random buff, so you can't really choose what the buff is. Now for the stat distribution, all you gotta do is click on the stat point distribution button after you click on details, and it will open a window where you can configure 2 sets of stat distributions. Now for here, you can see that I'm putting all my stats into luck. Gotta have that luck, right? But as you notice, as my luck increases more and more, the cost for putting the stat in there will increase. So every 5, I guess, stats will increase it up by 1. So now you can see here the cost is increased to 3 now that there's 10 in there. So if you guys want to consume more of your stats just for the sake of that specific stat, you know, that's you know, what you can do. But if you guys want to do a different type of thing and you want to reset it, it will cost you guys some AP to reset, so keep that in mind. But before you reset, also notice that there is a second configuration button. This will allow you to switch between 2 different types of stat distributions, so that way you guys don't have to keep resetting your stats too much. Now for the second one, let's say I want to kind of mix it up and kind of, you know, put several stats into different categories. So let's say I'm gonna put some in strength and some in luck. That way I get the most out of my points and don't have to spend too much on the increased cost. So let's say other stat I'm gonna put into dex. I don't know, I'm just throwing numbers here, guys. And then once you are pretty much done in where you want to distribute your stats and you want to switch to that specific configuration, all you gotta do is click on apply on the bottom. So once you click on apply, you switch between your next set. Now if you want to switch back to your old set, all you gotta do is click on your old set and then click on apply. It's not gonna cost you guys anything from what I've seen so far, so it should be okay. So you have 2 sets you guys can switch between without having to reset. Now for the Rebirth UI, I noticed that in the login screen, basically on the right side where it shows your characters, it says whether or not the Rebirth is available and how long you have to wait until you can Rebirth. I don't see what was the point in this because I never look at my login screen, guys. And of course, you can now reset your skills at Duncan for the price of gold. Basically, you need to be at least a total cumulative level of 1,000, and depending on how many times you reset your skills here, the gold will increase. I didn't want to reset my skills here for the sake of the video, guys, because I was having flashbacks of accidentally using my all reset capsule, and that was the worst experience I ever had. I literally crashed, and it took me 2 hours to put my points back into all my ranks, so yeah, I'm not gonna do that. And that's it. That is basically the potential system. I apologize I couldn't show you guys the armor because it's gonna take me for like the rest of my life until I can finally get the armor. But I hope you guys get it soon, and good luck. Thanks you guys for watching my video, and like always guys, stay awesome and go train, go level up guys.